Hey guys, it's Koren. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. This video is dedicated to my team Manifesting Money. We are having a Manifesting Money challenge and I'm doing it as a team on YouTube because I am manifesting more money into my life through my businesses and other areas, and I want to help other people do the same. We all need money to take care of ourselves, to provide food, shelter, to do the things that our heart desires, to experience freedom, to travel. Sometimes money can get a negative rap. You know, money is the root of all evil and money's not the only thing that's important in the world. There's a lot of things that we heard growing up, or that I have heard growing up, that give money a bad rap. But the truth is that money is just a currency. It's just a piece of paper. It's just something that we use to exchange services. So I want to help other people shift their mindset around money and shift their subconscious mind so that you can live the life of your dreams. So let's get into the video. I am so excited about this Manifest Money Challenge. You can literally manifest money overnight. It can literally just show up in your bank account. You can manifest opportunities into your world. You can manifest new jobs, new people, new circumstances. However, before we get into our Neville Goddard practices such as affirmations and scripting and visualization, I wanted to just lay a little bit of foundation work about our relationships with money, share some of my personal experiences, and based on the comments that I've received so far on our Manifesting Money Challenge, I think that I'm not the only one who has had these experiences, and I think this will help kind of clean up a little loose ends before we dive into our manifestation. So I wrote a quote up here. I was reading through some of the comments, and this quote just popped in my head, and I decided I'm going to do a video right now. So here's your video. For whoever has, to him more is given. Whoever does not have, even that which he has is taken away. Mark 4:25. This is a quote from the Bible. I'm not a huge biblical person, but this quote I'm sure many people have heard before. For whoever has, to him more will be given. Whoever does not have, even that which he has will be taken away from him. So, and initially it seems like such a mean quote, like, well, if the person already has, why is more given to them? And the person has not, why are things taken away? And what I've learned in my life over the years is that it's a state of consciousness, which is what Neville teaches. If you have it in consciousness, more and more is given to you. But if you're in a state of lack, even that which you have is taken away because you don't believe that you have anything. You believe that you don't have enough, and whatever we believe is what manifests. And so I think this quote illustrates our state of mind. And as it relates to money, on the subject of money, if you don't think that you have enough money, even that which you have, you're going to find depleting out of your world. So I was able to manifest a large sum of money last year. I was able to manifest some success in my business, and I was not very responsible with my finances. I had my personal expenses here, my business expenses here, and everybody was all mingling together. I was doing a little bit of this. I was running Google ads and I wasn't watching them, and I realized I was spending almost like $500 every other day before I was able to fix it. And I realized that I was not appreciating the money that I had. I wasn't responsible with the money that I had. And I wasn't managing it very well. So when we want to become millionaires, when we want to be affluent and abundant, I think there's two components that we want to look at, and I call this laying the foundation. If you want to be a millionaire, how would a millionaire manage their business? If you want to be abundant and be able to travel and do anything that you want to do, how does someone with an abundant amount of money manage their finances? So just a couple things to think about there. As I began to get real with myself and separate my business expenses from my personal expenses, I realized that I had enough money. I had enough money for my personal expenses. I had enough money to run my business. But I kept telling myself that I didn't have enough. And whatever you tell yourself is what is made manifest. So maybe you may find yourself in this situation where you are making a certain amount of money and you're like, oh, it's just not enough. I need to make more money. I don't have enough. And then you find ways to spend the money, and therefore you manifest that statement that you don't have enough money, because whatever we tell ourselves is what becomes true. It's what our subconscious mind is taking in, and that's basically what happens to us. So I say all this to say there's a couple things that are important while having money, while manifesting money and keeping the money that we do manifest in our lives. I think one thing is that we've got to be responsible and manage our money. If we're not managing our money, doesn't matter how much money you bring in, if you're just spending it without being responsible, then it's going to be taken away. You're going to use it up. And, that's just has been my personal experience. A big piece is being able to appreciate what you have. And that really goes into this statement here from the Bible. What you appreciates in value. And money is just like anything else in our lives. We have a relationship with it. If we're not taking care of our money, we're telling money that it's not important. So no matter how much you say, oh, I love money, money loves me, if your actions are contradicting your statements, you don't really love money. How are you going to love money and you don't show it any respect? You don't take care of it. How are you going to want to be a millionaire, but you don't have millionaire money habits? It's not going to sustain. We have to be in alignment. And the other part about the appreciation is really being able to express gratitude for the things that are coming into our lives. And when you appreciate something, you're in a state, you're raising your vibration, you feel it here in your heart center, and more of that is coming. When you are in a state of lack of, you get paid, but I never have enough, I always got to pay bills. This is what is going in your subconscious mind, and you're telling yourself that you don't have enough. You're feeling negative and you're feeling lack. And therefore, even that what you have is going to be taken away, because the manifestation process it works without a flaw. Whatever we are conscious of, manifestation is automatic. We're manifesting all day long on every subject of our life. The work or the art of it is manifesting what you want and being in alignment with it, and trusting that when you shift your consciousness, that it will catch up to you in the 3D world. So we must be responsible with the money that we have coming in. We have to appreciate what we have. So whether you are living with your parents and they're providing everything, be thankful that you have a home to live in. Be appreciative that they're providing, and help out where you can around the house. Or if you are in a home that is not your ideal situation, still wake up and give thanks that you have a roof over your head, that you have a place to live, and you will see that more things as you have, more is given to you. So if you have that appreciation for the job that you are already in, even if it's not your ideal job, if you can just write a list of 10 things and read it out loud as to why you are grateful for having these things in your world, then you will find that circumstances will change, because you are now vibrating in abundance and you are vibrating in appreciation. You're no longer vibrating in lack. Now remember, we do attract to us what we are in alignment with. So if you are appreciating your job, if you're going to work with a smile on your face, if you're expressing gratitude, even if it's not $1 million income, so what? If you're just really giving your talents with love, and people are going to take notice, opportunities will happen. I've seen this happen in my own life. I literally was in a position where I was freshly divorced. I had 2 kids, and then my nephew came and lived with me. So now there's 3 kids and me, and I'm making barely $50,000 a year, which living in the suburbs of Philly is not a lot of money for one person to be doing all that. I went from the same exact position, from making $50,000 a year to well over $100,000 for several years, from deciding to be grateful for what I had. And I just saw more opportunities within this job just started popping up. My general manager quit, and I was like, maybe I can take her job. They increased our sales bonus. Well, maybe I can get some new accounts. And before you know it, my base salary went up, and I was the #1 account getter in the entire company, and got some of the largest accounts, by an employee to date. So appreciate what you have, and you will find that more opportunities will come to you. Now, on that note, I wanted to share a couple things from this book called Magic, which is by Rhonda Bryan. She's the author of The Secret. She has this book where each day of the week you do a gratitude practice, where there's a reading prompt and you write down the things that you're grateful for, and you try to carry that gratitude with you throughout the day. So a little bit here goes. She says, if there is a lack of money in your life, understand that feeling worried, envious, jealous, disappointment, discouraged, doubtful, or fearful about money can never bring money into your life, because those feelings come from a lack of gratitude for the money that you have. Complaining about money, being critical of the cost of something, or making someone else feel bad about money are not acts of gratitude, and the money in your life can never improve. It will worsen. No matter what your current situation is, the very thought that you don't have enough money is being ungrateful for the money that you do have. You have to get out of your current situation, out of your mind, and instead feel grateful for the money you have, so the money in your life can magically increase. So the subject of money can be very tricky for many people, she goes on to say. And she said to sit down and take a few minutes and think way back into your childhood, and just think, did you always have food to eat? Did you have a home to live? Did you receive an education? How did you get to school? Did you go to school? Did you receive birthday gifts? Did you have a pet? Did you have a bike? Think about all the things that you've received throughout your life, and express the gratitude for the things that you have received. All those things cost money, and they were given to you at no cost. So going into that appreciation, going into that state of gratitude, and giving thanks for what you already have. And then she says to take out a dollar bill or a little Post-it and write down, thank you for all the money that I have been given throughout my entire life. And you can even think about a job that you were in, or a gift that someone has given you, or a trip that you may have taken that was paid for by someone else, or anything that someone has done to you. Just really be able to say thank you for everything that has been given to me throughout my life. Just reading her words, I instantly feel happier. I instantly feel more appreciative, more abundant. So it works. The other chapter that she talks about is called Money Magnet. And I'll just read briefly into that. And it goes, gratitude is riches. Gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty. It's the golden rule of your whole life. Whether it is your health, your job, your relationship, or your money, the more grateful you can be for the money you have, even if you don't have very much, the more riches you will receive. For whoever to him has more will be given, and whoever does not, even that which he has will be taken away. So she has a magical practice. She talks about how everyone complains about paying their bills. But what if instead about paying your bills, you wrote on your bill, thank you, thank you, thank you. For instance, if it was your Wi-Fi bill, instead of complaining that you have to spend this $50, $60 a month, thank you for providing me with the Wi-Fi for me and my family so that I'm able to work, I can communicate, and think about the things that you are appreciative. If you're paying your electric bill or your heating bill or your cooling bill, rather than complaining about it, even if you don't have the money, she says to write on it, take a marker or something and write on, thank you, thank you, thank you, paid in full. And think about the gratitude that all the people that work for that utility company that get up and go to work and make sure that the power lines are functioning, and really just express gratitude for the bills that are coming into your life because of the service that they provide, and because that there are people out there working on your behalf to have running water in your home, to have cooling or heating, to have electricity, to have Wi-Fi service or cell phone service. So she says to write down, even for your groceries, to be thankful. And if you can't pay it, or if you can't pay it in full, just write paid in full and express as much gratitude as you can. Take a moment and feel it in your heart. So that's my section on gratitude. We want to be able to give thanks. And as I mentioned, before we get into Neville Goddard's practices on manifesting more money into our lives, I believe this is the foundation. I truly believe this is the foundation, is to be responsible with the money that you have, genuinely appreciate, express gratitude for every area of your life, especially as it relates to your job, your source of income, your home, the things that money has cost, that is provided to you, and really giving that thanks. The last thing on here I have is action. I love reading about the law of attraction, the law of assumption. I will tell you that I have manifested money into my life with action and without action. I've had things happen to me that I were just like, wow, I'm just stunned right now. I have also manifested things out of my own passion and my own desire that does require work that I love doing and have made significant money doing it. And when I say significant amount of money, I mean, six figures of six. I don't know how else to say it. I want to get into exact details, but one thing I would say is that sometimes I think people get the impression that you are just going to sit around on the couch and the money's going to just hit you over the head like a ton of bricks. And yes, I have manifested things out of thin air after doing affirmations, but I have also manifested things by taking the action and by knowing what I want, and really by giving. Money is an exchange for goods, it's an exchange of services. And if you're in a state right now where you feel desperate, or you feel lack, or you need to pay your rent, or sometimes you can be so far in a lack that you need to get some financial relief. So I just wrote down a few things that I would recommend that you take action on if you find yourself feeling like, hey, I need some money now. If you're in the place that is really low with money and you want to just manifest $1 million, where you are to where you want to be is a really big gap. So help yourself out by getting some financial relief, whether that's taking a part-time job, or there are so many services that you can do for other people that may lead to a bigger manifestation, which is what I discover. Sometimes just by taking one action, you find other opportunities. Things like babysitting, doing meal prep, serving at a restaurant, doing lawn care, doing detailing for cars, driving for Uber Eats. You can put your car on Turo, being a cleaner, being a home organizer, working at the grocery store, Panera Bread. So there are things that we can do to add value to other people's lives. Everyone has some kind of talent and something to give and to share with the world. So if you feel like you need some money immediately, like I cleaned out my garage and I just thought, I didn't know people like really were into like used clothes and shoes like that. And then I was like, I just want to throw this stuff away. And the kids were like, Mom, you can sell that. And I started selling, like, oh, I made $50 here, I made $100 there. Sell things. There are lots of things that we can do. So again, I wanted to just make this quick list. This is just kind of like a little baseline work before we get into our techniques. But remember, your relationship with money is just like any other relationship. You want to have your words and your actions really line up. So if you feel like you need money, really badly, provide some value, and really learn to appreciate what you have, because what you appreciate will appreciate and grow in value. I am so looking forward to this money manifestation challenge. I've got some great things coming. So please keep dropping your affirmations in the comments, and our first video on that will launch on Friday, unless I get inspired and drop one tomorrow. Thanks, guys.